When I first moved into my house in 2020, the yard looked like this. I wanted to spruce it up, so I just bought some random plants and started planting them everywhere without any thought to how things would do in the shade or how well they would last in our environment in Northern Virginia. We moved in right at the start of the pandemic, so there were lots of store shelves that were empty, and because people were just going into the stores and just buying up everything, there were also supply chain delays, but it was kind of a scary time, so I decided I was going to plant a vegetable garden at a much smaller income at the time. So I just kind of made do with what I have. I did buy a few things, but I basically cut out a corner of my yard next to the fence, dug it up, put a little wooden barrier on the side, and then started planting things. I eventually added a fence and netting, but in 2022 I had to tear all that down because we got a new fence put in place because our beagle kept jumping over our chain link fence. And then last year I was too busy to build a garden, so I started planning to build a new and improved expanded garden this year, and I started planning and budgeting for it. So I wanted to do the netting over the top and the fencing, but have a little walkway in between. Okay, so I'm gonna be building the garden today. Need to move all this stuff out of the way, and then I'm gonna have this rototilled. Okay, dug up these spots. There. Hey, get out of there. And then I'm going to just drag this out to the front curb to be collected. I finished doing all that, so that took an hour and a half this morning. I'm really glad now that I hired people to do the rototilling because it was super frustrating. I was out there for like an hour and a half transplanting the trees and watering and digging up the stepping stones and stained grass. Hopefully it didn't soak into, I don't know how long that takes to soak into the ground. I know that can happen though, and with planting vegetables there, I don't want it to get into that because that's toxic. But anyway, I did not put on a hat or sunscreen this morning because I wasn't planning on being out there that long. Stupid me. It's now really hot. I'm soaked in sweat, and I have to go to the DMV to register my car and then to go to a dentist appointment, and then I have to go to work. So I'm gonna take a shower. I texted the landscaper and to see if like I need to move my cars and stuff and like which gates they need, and all that. All right, so the workers finally came today and did some rototilling of the back section. The mallet to put in these green garden stakes so I can put up my temporary fencing, which I was going to do today. Can't do that. And I need to remove these and rearrange them. Can't do that without gloves or without the mallet. So pretty much done here tonight. And I ran out of weed barrier. So can't do it because I'm leaving this weekend. So completely out of weed barrier, need to go and I guess tomorrow and go get some more. I saw the roll before in my shed and I was like, oh, I should be fine. I don't need to get more, of course. I was wrong. So I'll have to go get there. You have to go get that. The raised beds, I'm pretty sure they're correct. The directions showed like a 2x2 or 4x4 or whatever, like one of those cubes basically, and which is not what I ordered. And I was like, oh my gosh, they sent me the wrong stuff. But then I started taking everything out, and the longer boards were at the bottom. So it works out, but I do need to get a mallet. I'm gonna stop for today and just start again tomorrow afternoon, I think. And as much as I can this weekend. So I was able to pick up more landscaping fabric and mallets and gloves from a local hardware store. I walked like over a mile to get it out from work on my lunch break. So I got these because they're kid size, because they fit my hands better. One raised bed down. So it's several days later. Have the arbor up. Just gonna fix the bottom of this with some extra string. Got some 550 cord and some shoelaces. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna fix the green bean pole, or trellis, I guess. And then I'm gonna put it in here, I think. We'll have to find a little bit of string for this part, but it's enough to keep the dogs out, I hope. Here's my sustainable Folgers bucket of string and extra shoelace that I have. Alright, it's a bit crooked. Oh, well. I don't think it's going to go anywhere.